Can you guys hear me now? I think you might be able to. I think I might have fixed it. Let's double check, though. I think you can. Let me know. Can you guys hear me now? All right, sweet. It's working now. Sweet, sweet, sweet. We're good. How's everybody doing? Welcome into the watch party for the Book of Boba Fett, Episode 1. No breaks for watch parties. We literally went straight from Hawkeye into the Book of Boba Fett. It's crazy, honestly, because this is going to take us into February, so we're going to have weekly watch parties for like 7 straight weeks or something like that. I think, yeah, there's 7 episodes, so kind of nuts, to be honest with you guys, but if you're in here, I appreciate you guys. I know it is bloody early. It's 2:18 a.m. where I am right now. Sound off in the chat. Let me know what time it is where you guys are. It's nuts, to be honest, but Trevor, my boy, was in here. Fett, Boba Fett. Young Jesus says, let's get it. Arthur is in here. What's good? General Kenobi. Yeah, I can never do the Grievous impression, but I can do a decent Obi-Wan. I'm glad that I got the audio working, because that would have been annoying if I couldn't get that working. I'm doing well, Comics Clash. Hope you're doing well. How was your Christmas? My Christmas went well. Yeah, it's crazy that we're about to be in 2022. Saying that out loud actually kind of stunned me. 2022, we're almost there. Absolutely nuts. I'm like super hungry right now. It's honestly kind of disturbing me that I'm so hungry at 2:18 a.m. Arthur's in here. Yep. Arav GP says can't wait. I'm excited as well. It's 7:18. Lucky, honestly. It's 2:19 where I am right now, which is just too early in the morning for really anything. I should be asleep, but I stayed up straight through. Sometimes with the Marvel watch parties, me and Cam would like go to sleep and wake up, but for this I was like, screw it. I'm committing. Just like I did for What If, I'm staying up the whole way. Oop, I accidentally clicked on the video to see if it was working. But if you guys are in here, make sure to hit that like button. It helps out with the algorithm. That's what I always say. Yeah, make sure to hit the like button and drop your predictions for the episode down below, because I'm pretty curious to hear what you guys have to say. I think that some pretty cool stuff's going to happen in this episode. I think that they probably have some surprises up their sleeves, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I look a little distorted. I don't know why that always happens. I'll figure it out eventually, but it does it on Twitch too. I think it has something to do with the way I set up the camera on Streamlabs for some reason. Let's see. Arthur says, I know the marketing sucked, but I'm just hyped like I was for Mando. That's fair, yeah. The marketing was bad. It was bad, but I think that's actually going to work in its favor. I've been thinking about it all day and all week, actually. And yes, it comes out in like less than an hour, and there's not a lot of hype, but I think that there will be hype after this episode. I think someone might show up at the end. I don't know who, but I think someone might show up at the end. It could be Cad Bane, which would be absolutely sick. I would go crazy, but if Mace Windu shows up, that would be nuts. And I think Mace will show up in this show. That's like, it would just make sense, right? Because in The Mandalorian Season 2, we find out that a Jedi rescued Grogu from the Jedi Temple before Order 66, so, or like right as that was occurring. And it obviously wasn't Ahsoka, it wasn't Anakin, obviously. He was evil at that point. So I'm thinking it's Mace, and that's been my theory all along. So I think that we're going to see that tie in. But I also think that the vendetta that Boba has against Mace will kind of come to light in this show, because he obviously killed his father. Mace killed Jango in Attack of the Clones. But also, in the Clone Wars show, we see episodes of a young Boba like sneaking onto a Republic cruiser and trying to blend in as like a young clone cadet when he's really there to try and kill Mace. So there's a lot of beef between the two of them. They have a long history, and I think it would be really, really cool if we actually got to see Boba fight Mace in the show. And like an old beat-up Mace Windu, he's got like a gray beard, like a missing eye or something. That would be dope. And that would be one of the biggest reveals the show could have. But I also think that we could see like Han or Lando show up in like the final episode, setting up the Lando show. And that would be also a pretty massive deal in my opinion. Honestly, I'm tempted to like put this on pause and go get a snack, but I'll have the will. I'll have that willpower not to. Alvin's in here. We got Nick in here. I didn't even realize Nick from Nick Talks Flicks in here. What's good, dude? Happy we get more Star Wars content. It feels like it's been forever since Bad Batch. That's a fact, dude. Because we've been so inundated with Marvel and the movies. We haven't gotten a lot of live-action Star Wars, actually, since that Luke Skywalker episode over a year ago now. So, hell yeah, it's back. And I get more excited and giddy for Star Wars. This is my first live action Star Wars watch party, so hell yes, you guys are gonna get to see that. Really upset with myself for not doing watch parties for Mandalorian because I wish you guys could have seen my reaction to Luke. Didn't have a recording for it. It was upsetting, but it was pretty lit. Let me just say that. Did I get any good movies recently? I picked up some Marvel movies that I said I would never buy just because I was like, oh, I'm swearing off of buying Marvel movies, but then my addiction kicked in and I was like in the store and I had some Christmas money and I was like, I need to buy these. So I'll have maybe a Blu-ray haul actually, which I don't really do. Might have one of those up, or I might actually have a just a Blu-ray collection coming out like in a few days actually. So that's coming at the beginning of the next year. Will Samuel L. play Mace Windu? I think he would, honestly, if he came back. I think that's the only way to do it. Is Cam asleep? I don't know. I'm not with her right now, but I know that she doesn't have as much of an interest in the show as me, so that's why I'm kind of rolling solo with these watch parties. What time does the episode drop? It drops at about 2:50 a.m. Eastern time, so in about 27 minutes, I'd say. At least that's when the Marvel shows drop, about 10 minutes before 3 a.m. I don't know if Star Wars will follow suit or not. It's 3 p.m. I would love it if it was 3 p.m. here. That way I wouldn't have to be so tired, because I'm tired right now. Am I planning on seeing Licorice Pizza? I actually already saw Licorice Pizza, Jake, and I liked it. I know it's kind of a controversial thing right now. I liked the movie. It's a coming of age movie essentially. That I just dug it. It's like one of those hangout movies that's just right up my alley, much like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Dazed and Confused. Superbad even, I would say. Like those types of coming of age high school movies are ones that I just like. And Bradley Cooper is in it for like 10 minutes. I guess that, I don't, he doesn't like die or anything. He just doesn't have a big role, but he steals every moment he's in. Had me laughing out loud. It's a nice little movie to watch, and I don't know why it's so controversial. Maybe I'm crazy. Multi-fandom, what's going on? Are you gonna watch Peacemaker or no? I am gonna watch Peacemaker. Not gonna do watch parties, but I'll have spoiler reviews on the channel for every episode of Peacemaker, unless it's just garbage and I fall off with it. But I should be fine to watch that show all the way through, honestly. When does it come out? The episode's gonna come out in about 25 minutes. 25 minutes on Disney+. I really hope we see Cad Bane. Young Jesus, I agree. No cameos, though. I hope we get a cameo, but we'll see. I think it's going to end with a cameo, because if you think of The Mandalorian, they didn't give any early screeners for Season 1. They didn't do really anything to promote it that much, except drop a trailer, maybe two. And it ended with, like, Grogu, Baby Yoda, so like I think that something of that caliber could happen at the end of this episode. We'll see, though. We'll see. There's 21 of you in here. Make sure to hit that like button if you guys are in here. It does help out with the algorithm. That's what I always say. But yeah, drop your predictions for this episode. Like, it's right around the corner where Star Wars is back, baby. Star Wars is back. Arthur says, I'm so ready for the Batman, Multiverse, and Black Panther, even though that movie's a mess right now, but they are my most anticipated. Fair. I am the most, out of those three, I'm the most anticipating, or I'm sorry, I'm the most excited for the Batman. Alex says, I'm going to head to bed. I'll definitely watch your discussion video later today. We'll sleep well. I'll probably be going to sleep later after I watch this episode and then actually get a spoiler review up on YouTube and maybe a TikTok, and then I'll go to sleep after that. But yeah, enjoy your night's rest. I'm honestly jealous of you because I'm very tired right now, but I'm still excited for this episode. Where's Peacemaker streaming? Peacemaker will be on HBO Max. Don't Look Up is probably Netflix's best movie of the year. That's what Alvin just said in the chat. I like it a lot. I don't get the hate it's receiving. I think it's a very clever movie. I thought it was funny. It was relevant. I thought it, it poked fun at current issues in a way that I thought was just well done. So yeah, I liked it. I have a review on the channel for my full in-depth thoughts. But there's 15 people in here. Let's get 15 more likes. Let's hit that like button if you guys are in here. Anyone hyped for Cobra Kai Season 4? I've never seen Cobra Kai. I know it's sacrilegious to say that to a lot of people, but, I know I would probably like it. I like the original Karate Kid movie, so I probably would like it. Young Jesus says I'm hyped for the Kenobi series. You and me both. That's my most anticipated piece of like content or media for like the foreseeable future. Like I'm excited for the Batman. I'm excited for Multiverse of Madness and all that. But Obi-Wan Kenobi is the Spider-Man No Way Home. It's the end game for Star Wars, really. I never thought we would see Ewan McGregor in the role again, and we're going to see that. We're going to see Hayden Christensen back. Probably some Clone Wars live action flashbacks. Like the possibilities are endless with Star Wars. All right, Marvel not as much for the TV shows because they haven't given us much when it comes to cameos or like past fan service moments. But we're forgetting Mandalorian Season 2 gave us Ahsoka, it gave us Boba Fett, and it gave us Luke Skywalker, arguably the biggest Star Wars character ever besides like Vader. Anything could happen in the Book of Boba Fett. Anything could happen in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sign me up for it all. I cannot wait. Arthur says, appreciate when you do the watch party solo. It's just as fun. Well, I appreciate you guys coming by, even though I know it's just me and Cam's not here, so it's just me kind of talking like a crazy person sometimes, actually. But I'm glad that there's actually people in here showing the support and showing the passion for the Book of Boba Fett or whatever show we're watching. I know it was What If back in August, so I really do appreciate you guys hanging out on the early hours of the morning, or depending on where you are in the world, it could be the afternoon or night. Arthur says, do you think the Batman can top the Dark Knight? Low key, I do. Does that make me crazy for thinking that? I think it might be able to. Multi-Fandom says, my most anticipated comic book movies of 2022. The Batman, then Morbius, then Black Adam, Multiverse of Madness, then The Flash. I'd probably put Morbius at the bottom, just because if it ties into like Tasm or Venom, it won't be till the very end, so I have to sit through the whole movie, which just the trailers don't really have me won over. I'd go the Batman, then Multiverse of Madness, then probably the Black Adam movie, then Flash, then Morbius. Am I going to watch the Alex Leba movie? I may watch that, honestly. I might. I used to watch Alex Leba videos all the time, actually. A prediction here from Arav GP saying, another prediction, Boba will take Sophie Thatcher's character under his wing. We'll see. We'll see. Alex says, 2022, we're possibly having more Star Wars content than ever. Yeah, I think it's going to be the biggest year for Star Wars. Probably ever, actually. We're getting Boba. We're getting, I think, Bad Batch Season 2. We're getting Obi-Wan. We might be getting Andor. It's going to be nuts. Jake A says, top 5 of the year for me. No Way Home, No Time to Die, The Suicide Squad, Snyder Cut, and Quiet Place 2. Solid top 5, honestly. We have one, maybe 2 movies, actually, that we share in that top 5. So I'll save that for my top 10 list, which comes out in a few days, but you can infer as to which one we definitely share. I'm also very excited to see Hayden again, Young Jesus. Very, very excited. Mike Nolan says it would be cool if Windu appeared. Yes, I was talking about that earlier. It'd be so sick if Mace Windu showed up. It would be like the biggest moment besides like the Luke Skywalker cameo and Mando, I think. It would be a huge deal, and I think it would be lit. A lit time, honestly. We would all go crazy together on this watch party. It would be legendary, actually. Especially in today's episode. Start out the gate with that big of a reveal. You can't top it, really. Welcome back, Leilani. Glad to see you in here. I like seeing the familiar names from past watch parties. I'm glad to know that you guys come back for the watch parties, even if it's a new show. Am I excited for the Cassian Andor series? Alex asks. Somewhat, I'll say. He's never been one of my favorite characters, and Rogue One's not one of my favorite films from the Star Wars catalog, but I still think they could do something interesting with it. And I think it's speculated that actually Obi-Wan might actually be in that show. So I saw a report of that at least somewhere. I don't know if that's legit or not, but if Obi-Wan's in that show, then hell yeah. Deathwatch says, what if Cad Bane comes out? I think Cad Bane might show up at the end, and I think it could become like a cat and mouse game where Cad Bane's hunting down Boba, and a bunch of people are after Boba's head. And live action Cad Bane is something that I know fans have been wanting for a while. So if we actually get it, it would be masterful, probably. Young Jesus says, when are we getting another Star Wars movie? I think we're going to get one in 2023. I think it's the Taika Waititi movie. I think that the Rogue Squadron film by Patty Jenkins, I don't know if that's still happening or not. I think there's creative differences, so I'm not sure. Leilani says Obi-Wan in what show? I think Leilani in Obi-Wan could be in Cassian Andor, the Andor show. Multi-Fandom says my most anticipated Star Wars show is The Acolyte because it's going to be something new. That's fair. And it's like earlier. We don't really get to explore that early time period in Star Wars, like before, like the Phantom Menace era, even before that. So that's exciting stuff. We could see Omega. That'd be lit. Like, it would be interesting to see how they cast her in live action. And also, they're still making the Bad Batch, so I don't think we'll see her because they might not want to ruin where she may end up in the Bad Batch, if that makes sense. Because the Bad Batch is like between episodes 3 and 4, and this is after Return of the Jedi. So she could end up dying in the Bad Batch. They might not want to spoil that she lives or dies, so we'll see. When is Boba coming out? Boba's coming out in about 17 minutes, I want to say. So 17-ish minutes on Disney+. What would you do if Han Solo comes out? In this episode, I would pretty much flip out. That would be lit. But I think he's going to come at some point, honestly. Are you going to do watch parties for Obi-Wan? Absolutely, yeah. And I think Cam will probably join for those as well, because she likes Obi-Wan a lot. I do think I'll be doing them for every Star Wars show for the most part. Yes, absolutely. That's a must. Hot take: Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is the best out of the new trilogy. That's definitely a hot take. My favorite's The Force Awakens, and it's not even close. I don't really care for the other two that much. Let's see. Patty's focusing on Star Wars and Wonder Woman 3. Okay, so it still is on, I think, the Rogue Squadron movie, but it'll be interesting to see if it does ever come to light. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that if Han shows up, it will be Alden Ehrenreich, the actor who played him in Solo: A Star Wars Story. It will not be Harrison Ford. But, I really do think we could see Lando because they've been really quiet about the Lando show, so I'm kind of like interested to see what the deal is with that, honestly. I can't wait for Obi-Wan as well, Nicholas. It's my most anticipated thing probably ever. Do you think Solo deserves a sequel? Maybe like a sequel show on Disney+. Mike Nolan says, I hope we get a flashback of how Cad Bane gave Boba the dent in his helmet because that was a cutscene from the Clone Wars. Yes, it was. We were robbed of that in Clone Wars. I hope we get that flashback. And I hope this show has some flashbacks in it, especially a flashback to the Sarlacc and Boba escaping it. I think that will be the cold open of the show, honestly, is him escaping the Sarlacc. Alex Lopez says, I predict Rex will be in the Book of Boba Fett series, and I could possibly see more than one clone. I would love to see Rex. That's also a character that I think would be really cool to explore, and Tamara Morrison could, be playing... He's already playing Boba, so he really wouldn't have to do much, just have to change costume to play him, so that'd be really, really awesome. Hello from the Philippines. Well, hello there. Rise of Skywalker is one of the best Star Wars movies to me. I disagree strongly, but I do know there's a lot of people who like it, so to each their own. Who's going to play Lando? Will it be Donald Glover? I think so. They haven't confirmed anything, but I think Donald Glover would be the person to play Lando because they wouldn't want to do Billy D. Williams unless they do Billy D. and it's kind of like him telling stories as Lando. That's something that I was always interested in when they announced the show, is Billy D. Williams kind of telling stories at like a bar or something, or the cantina, and then it flashes back to Donald Glover as Lando. What time is it where I am? It's 2:36 a.m. Do I think Maul will show up in Obi-Wan? I don't. Because of where Maul and Kenobi kind of leave off in Rebels, and if you've seen Rebels, you know what happens to Maul there. I just don't really see a world where Darth Maul is in the Kenobi show. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I think there will be a Lando tease, though. Yeah, like that's what Maddie. I think that at the end of this, there will be a Lando tease, kind of like a post-credit scene setting up that show, because they've been really quiet about it. So I think this is going to be the one to do it. Am I the only person who's excited for Norman Reedus playing Ghost Rider in the MCU? If that is legit, which I've heard it could be, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've never been a huge Walking Dead fan, to be honest. It's not something that I have even really watched that much, but I think it would be cool to see just because Ghost Rider is a cool character, iconic even, I would say, with the flaming skull. And Norman Reedus, that's his name, right? Norman Reedus. He rides a bike. His character Daryl rides a bike in The Walking Dead, so it kind of makes sense for him to play a character like that. Rex, Alvin, I agree. Rex needs to appear in the Ahsoka series. I think Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be the May release. I agree, multi-fandom. I think they'll drop it on Disney Plus Day. Or sorry, not Disney Plus Day. It's 2:37 in the morning. I think they'll drop it on the Star Wars Day. May the Fourth be with you. Mando cameo, perhaps, or not. I think at some point in the show, I'd love to see Mando in this episode, like at the end, and setting up Mando to be like a recurring character, but we'll see. We'll see. By the way, if you guys are new, make sure to hit that like button. It helps out with the algorithm. That's what I always say. And it's a way to help show support. Also, if you want to send a super chat, it's a way to go the extra mile. It's a guarantee I answer your question or comment even during the episode. And there's a pretty cool message from someone if you do send a super chat. I'm not going to spoil it, but it might be related to Marvel. Alex says, the question is, who will play Cad Bane if he is in the series? That's a damn good question that I don't have the answer to. I just hope they get the same voice actor as whoever voices Cad Bane in the Clone Wars, because that is a must in my opinion. Nice Boba Fett Funko in the back. Thank you. It's a recent pickup right there. Boom. That's Boba from The Mandalorian Season 2. I got that one yesterday. And this light's kind of messing that up, but that's actually Bo-Katan, and that's Cal Kestis from Fallen Order. Isn't The Mandalorian going to show up? Deathwatch says. Yes. We know he's going to show up. It's just a matter of when. Like, and how pivotal of a role will he have? Like, will it be every episode, or will it be every other episode, or just the last episode or two? We'll see. Arthur says, I really hope they touch on which Spider-Man is in Morbius. I honestly think maybe his world is collided with all three, like it ends up being all one universe. I know that they've hinted at all three because I don't know how the hell Vulture is in that movie, and I still don't know how they're going to really make it make sense, especially after the No Way Home post-credit scene where especially just after the events of No Way Home, like, it just doesn't make sense to me how... I don't know. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that Morbius is in the TASM universe. That's just what I'm rolling with. And then I guess Michael, Adrian Toomes, who plays who's Vulture, played by Michael Keaton. I think that might just be a variant of the MCU Vulture. I'm not really sure. I'm watching your live stream and Star Wars Theories at the same time. Not bad at all, honestly. Star Wars Theory has 3 million subs, so I cannot blame you. Arthur says, I really hope they touch on which Spider-Man is in Morbius. Okay, I already answered that. See, I'm delirious. It's 2:40 a.m. I'm getting tired. I'm ready for the episode to drop so that I can watch it. Zilla's in here. What's good? Saying, sorry I'm late. I hope there's some cool cameos. I hope there's some cool cameos, too. I really hope we get Cad Bane at the end or Mace Windu, but I feel like they might want to save something that big for later in the show. I will say Cad Bane would be nuts, and it would kind of propel the show right out of the gate. Like, we would be seeing Cad Bane in live action, possibly as the main bad villain, or main baddie, big baddie, if you will, of the show. Pretty hype. Alvin says only a few minutes left. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes until the episode. If you're here on the replay, by the way, I appreciate you guys. I know it's super late right now. It's 2:41 a.m., so I know most people are asleep or busy with work or whatever. But if you guys are in here, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're on the replay, hit that like button. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm trying to make the push for 6,000 subscribers. I am going to be covering the Book of Boba Fett all the way through and through. I do a ton of Marvel content reviews. I cover a lot of Star Wars stuff as well. So if you're into that, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Alex Lopez says, I predicted we may see Dengar, and Simon Pegg voices him in Clone Wars, and he is like a right-hand man to Boba. I would like to see Dengar, maybe Bosk, any of the bounty hunters would be cool. Alive or dead, somehow bring them back. I don't care. Like, anyone's up for grabs in my mind. Cillian Murphy is Cad Bane. That's elite casting. If they do that, that would get me hype. Hype. My favorite adaptation of Peter Parker is PS4. Fair. I've played that game to 100% completion, actually. I no longer have it because I no longer have a PS4, but I am looking to get a PS5 and replay that on Twitch. I'm going to take a water. When are you watching Matrix 4? I don't know. I may not get around to it this year. I know I said I would originally back in a few months ago, but I don't think I'm going to get around to it this year. Arthur says 2022 going to be crazy with everything. We're getting Marvel and Disney Plus, and we got DC, yeah, and Star Wars. Like, we have multiple Marvel and Star Wars shows and DC shows and movies across the board, and then we've got normal stuff like Stranger Things, a Game of Thrones show, a Lord of the Rings show. There is so much content coming out next year. I'm going to be covering most of it, if not all of it, to the best of my ability. So you're not going to miss out. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Am I going to check out Scream? Hell yeah, I'm going to check out Scream. I love the Scream franchise. The first one's the best by far, but I like them all. Scream 3 is my least favorite. I actually have a ranking on the channel, and I'm going to re-rank them with the new Scream movie, which, by the way, it drives me crazy that they aren't just calling it Scream 5. Like, just call it Scream 5. Why does horror have this trend where they make a new movie and they call it the same name as the original? It drives me crazy. It doesn't make sense. Deathwatch says, what if Thrawn comes out? That would be bonkers. I think they'll save that for the Ahsoka show, because Ahsoka is essentially going to be a continuation of Rebels in live action. But only time will tell. We'll see. Unpopular opinion, I don't like The Matrix. That's fine, honestly. That's fair, too, because I know a lot of people are in that same boat. They find The Matrix a little overrated. I like the first one, and I've only seen parts of 2 and 3, so I would have to rewatch 2 and 3 fully, or kind of watch them for the first time in order to watch The Matrix 4, which is kind of why I didn't check out The Matrix 4, because I was trying to do a bunch of other content and watch other things, so that's kind of where I'm at right now with The Matrix world. Lewis is in here. How you doing, Lewis? The GOAT. One of the GOATs, I should say. One of the OGs. Hey. Can't watch the episode live today, but I just thought I'd stop by quickly. I'm loving the new screen layout. Well, thank you very much, Lewis. Shout out Cam for these designs. I know I looked a little stretched probably right now on your screens just because I don't know what I did. I'm not at Cam's setup, so usually her webcam like fits the screen better. I'll still try and figure out how I can make this screen look less stretched eventually, but it shouldn't be too bad. And by the way, for those of you in here, 5 to 6 minutes until the episode drops on Disney Plus. So get your Disney Plus pulled up. I'll have a timer so you guys can sync it up here or on the replay. And drop your final predictions for the Book of Boba Fett. Who are we going to see tonight? Who's the big cameo going to be? Who's the big reveal going to be? The mic drop moment at the end of this episode. I'm going Cad Bane. I don't know if they'll do Mace in episode 1, but I'm going Cad Bane. Drop yours in the comments, in the chat, I should say. Do I think we'll get a Cal Kestis show? I don't think so, because they'll probably save that for video games. But if we do get a Cal Kestis show, like, Cal's right there. That's my guy. I'll be there day one. You already know. What if we see any Rebels characters in Boba? I would be down. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. There's 20 of you in here. Let's get to 20 likes. Actually, let's see how many likes we're at. Make sure to hit that like button if you guys are in here. It helps out quite a bit. Let's see. We have 25 likes. Let's get to 40 likes. We can do this thing. There's 20 of you in here. Hit that like button. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's go Boba Fett. Yes, let's do this thing. Sound off in the chat for Boba Fett. Again, final predictions for the episode. Multi-Phantom says, what if Cad Bane comes out at the end, but he's voiced by Lawrence Fishburne? That would honestly be pretty cool. I feel like Lawrence Fishburne could do a good job with that. What if they did a what if for Star Wars, Arthur says? That would be hype. I know people have been clamoring for that since they started the Marvel what if. And I kind of agree. Like, there's so many possibilities. The only thing is, you wouldn't really be able to do it in a way to make it, like, canon. It would literally just be these one-off stories. It would be like, there would be no, like, watcher kind of narrating the story. It would just be like, okay. You know what it is? It's kind of like Star Wars Visions. It would just be this non-canon thing that exists. But if they went back and did it for the actual Skywalker saga and stuff that we know, I think that would be more appealing. Dark Knight says we'll see Mando. Zilla says we're going to see Jabba the Hutt alive. That's a little out there. Darth Cage says they'll set up the plot, maybe they'll do a cameo. It's going to be another bounty hunter, hopefully Cad Bane. Yeah, I think we'll see someone at the end. But it could just be, a plot-driven episode, and that's totally fine, too. Nobody's going to show up this early. Fair. Yeah, they could just have nobody. We'll see what happens. But we got about 3 minutes till that episode drops, so make sure, again, hit that like button. Get your Disney Plus pulled up if you're here on the replay or live, and we're almost there, people. We're almost to the Book of Boba Fett. We've got about 2 minutes now. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited. I'm ready. It's going to go down here in a second. I'm nervous for some reason because I just am. I don't know why. But I'm going to look up the Book of Boba Fett right now. The Book of Boba Fett. Let's see. The trailer's there, but it says coming to Disney Plus December 29th, 2021. So only a few minutes, people. I wish Star Wars Visions was the what if for Star Wars. Yeah, I agree. Like they could have scratched Visions and just done a what if, and I would have been fine with it because I couldn't even finish Visions. It just wasn't my thing, really. Alex says 4 minutes left until the Star Wars era has begun. Yes, 2 minutes now. 2 minutes until it drops. Assuming they stay on with the Marvel trend of dropping things 10 minutes before 3 a.m. Disney Plus is pulled up. Hell yeah, everyone get Disney Plus ready. Hit that like button if you guys are in here live or on the replay. Let's get to 40 likes. We can do this thing. And subscribe as well. Hit that notification bell. We're at... I need 7 more subscribers to hit 5.3. So make sure to subscribe. Let's see... Just pulled up my screen. Nice. Zilla said, I like coming to small watch parties so the YouTuber can actually answer questions. That's actually fair, yeah. You're not really going to get questions answered in his Star Wars theory because he's got thousands of people in there. So that is a cool thing that I like about the watch parties is the community aspect of it. There's only 14 people in here right now. We're all fans of Star Wars. We've all come together to watch this episode together. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited. And that's why I love doing watch parties, especially for Marvel and Star Wars, is we all have a passion. And we're here, and we're talking about it. And it's like we're all hanging out, you know? I love it. But we got about a minute till the episode drops. I'm refreshing right now to see if it's there. It is not there yet, but someone usually will let me know in the chat if it's there. Marvel has wrapped now. It's Star Wars time. Yep. Marvel will have a bye season for about 3 months, and then I think Moon Knight or She-Hulk might drop in March or April. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. Final prediction is I think we see Cad Bane in this episode. I'm sticking with it. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Bane. I'm getting that ready for when I hit the start thing. Okay, cool. All right. So it should be up any second now. How many episodes will Boba Fett have? Dark Knight asks. It's going to have 7 episodes. And it's 250, so let's see if they drop the episode. The episode is out. It's only 39 minutes. It's called Chapter 1, and the description is Boba Fett holds court. They're definitely having something up their sleeve with it being that vague. But the episode's out right now, guys, so go to Disney Plus, pull it up if you want to watch live. I'll give you a countdown before. Let's see. The episode's out now, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this thing ready. If you guys leave during the episode, I'll see you guys after. If you're here on the replay, I appreciate you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. And let me pause that real quick. I hit play on it, but I'm going to go back here and go do this so that I can really sync it up. So I'm going to go. Oh, I messed it up. Let me get this thing synced up and then we'll be good. Cam's usually here to do it. She's way better at syncing it up than me. So let me try this one more time. All right, let me hit reset. All right, we're synced up. The best we're going to get it synced up at least. All right, Lucasfilm just popped up. Here we go. The Book of Boba Fett is here. Let's do this thing. It's only a 38-minute episode. And let's watch this bad boy. They didn't do the Mandalorian music. It's very ominous right now. Like, they didn't do the... Okay, here we go. Jabba's Palace out the gate. Okay. He's in a, how do you pronounce it? Bantha tank? I always pronounce it wrong. Camino flashbacks. Slave 1 on Camino. Clones! Clones! That, I have chills. A flashback to clones. Yo, he's in the pit! He's in the Sarlacc! They're gonna show him get out. This is historic, guys. Oh my god, that's so sick. Flashbacks out the gate, yeah, chat, yeah. Oh, that's so dope. Boba's a badass. The wrecked barge. This is, yeah, right after Jedi. Yes! I literally was on Twitter saying we needed this scene, and I manifested this scene. The badass music, Boba in the desert. I cannot complain. Heater so far already. Ooh, what a shot! And the score, my god. This is a vibe. This is a vibe. Who's gonna pick him up? Jawas? Yeah, Jawas. Damn. Tuskens. I mean, out the gate, we're getting these flashbacks. We're getting some iconic Star Wars like side characters with Jawas and Tusken Raiders. I mean, come on, can't complain. Boba just looks absolutely destroyed right now. That's foul. Ugh. The score is pretty fire, if I'm being honest with you. This man's getting just dragged through the dirt like hell right now. The score is very different from Mando's, Alex says. It's a bop, though. I like how they keep the same style. Okay, Stranger in a Strange Land. And it looks like this whole episode might be a flashback, which is cool with me. But yeah, the score is still a bop, but it's different for sure. It's like a different font almost, right? I'm very intrigued right now. So, I mean, like, the tension, my gosh. Man just threw him in a headlock. Boba's a different breed. Brutal. Oh my god, the score just gave me so many chills. Fire. That's where Boba's gonna get his staff that he has in Mando season 2. He's gonna absolutely body this man and just steal his staff and his whole outfit. I love how there's not really dialogue too. It's just really adding to the tension. Yeesh, he's taking a beating. That score, though. Reminds me of Ludwig Göransson. The night vision shot. Fennec. Now I bet we're gonna get all the shots from that trailer. We're only 13 minutes in, just about, and we're gonna get all the shots from the trailer, literally. So I think that the rest of it's gonna be a surprise. The whole rest of the season. There's a trailer shot right there. Yep. Literally, like some of the money shots of the trailer are him suiting up. So we already saw him in the first 13 minutes of the show. Another money shot of him on the throne. Are they gonna send him to the Rancor? Do they have a new Rancor? That's the real question. I wonder what this guy's deal is going to end up being. Rip Bib. What you gonna do, Boba? A lot of Jedi references with Bib, with the Gamorrean guards. Just honestly being in this room alone is a Return of the Jedi reference, TBH. Mos Eisley's spaceport, you will find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. You must be cautious. Cantina band. You love to see it. A modern cantina, who'da thunk? I love the practicality of both this and The Mandalorian. It's definitely building up to something here in a second. Maybe a little shootout in the cantina or something. They definitely did something to their helmets. Oh, never mind. They gave some money. I like that line. That's from the trailer. Ooh, we're getting some action. Again, more trailer shots. All the trailer shots are in the first episode. Something's got to go down at the end here. Ooh, down goes. Yep, another money shot. Down goes the helmet. Their shields low-key look like TVA portals. The Gamorreans. Boba just bodying this man right now. Boba just going ham right now. Fennec kicking some ass too. Ooh. Fennec on the move. Parkour. I love the score and the way that it's accompanying these scenes. Those transitions are so fire. Now this dude that they just captured, I think, could end up getting put down with the Rancor because there's a shot in a trailer where we see Boba and Fennec looking down into what looks like the pit. Okay, continuing that flashbacks. I love like the flare on the lens right now. They're definitely setting up something crazy to happen at the end of this episode, in my opinion. We've only got 13-ish minutes left. I just think they're going to do something wild at the end. Maybe not wild, but something that's going to set the show in motion. Probably the dude they captured is going to have like a big crucial piece of information or something. That score, though, the score is the highlight of this episode, I think. It's heat. It's very Tenet-esque. Arthur in the chat says Boba is like Vader. Yeah, honestly. Hella burnt. Boom. Gotta love that shot of the suns, though, the twin suns. The binary suns. $30 in. They could dip right now, honestly, if the other two are asleep. Oof. Death. Yeesh. Yeah, R.I.P. the Rhodian. Rip. Boba almost got his head ripped off for a second, huh? Boba with the over the head maneuver, just like how Leia killed Jabba. Death. Cool shot. I thought that was about to be the end of the episode, and I was gonna be pissed off because that would have been a terrible ending. Like, just for the first episode, you got to do a little more than that. But we have more. We have more screen time, so we're good. The thing is, like, this is all a flashback. It's cool, but this is all flashbacks. They're gonna let him go, obviously, or they're gonna reward him with like the staff because that's what he has. Going into Mando season 2. This can't be the end, can it? I mean, we're running out of time, but like that's just a very. This can't be the end. Come on. Oh no way. Oh man, that's it. I mean, I liked it. I liked it, guys, but that was kind of a lackluster first episode. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. Loved the score. I was into it. I like the score right now. I like how it's similar to the Mando stuff we got going on there, but like just not enough. Not enough, really. Let's see. Let me turn this thing off real quick. The timer over here. That was trying to figure out how to put this into words. I like the style of the show. It's very similar to The Mandalorian. The action was cool. I liked obviously the flashbacks at the beginning to Kamino to Attack of the Clones. Um, the thing about it that I'm not crazy about is it didn't really set up the show in any way, shape, or form. Actually, like there's no plot that's set in motion that's going to be like the overarching thing for this 7-episode series. It just kind of happened, and we don't. I mean, Boba took the place of Jabba, and he's now like the head of this council, and that's cool. But there was no plot set in motion really. So like I get it. We're gonna get another episode next week, and it's probably gonna start a plot, but it didn't really do much for me. Like it was fine. I again, I like the style and the action was cool. The score was badass. I like Boba as a character, especially seeing the opening of him get out of the Sarlacc. But it was fine. It was fine. That's really all I have to say. But let me know what you guys thought in the chat. If you're here on the replay, comment on the video version. Let me know what you thought. That might do it for the watch party of Boba Fett episode 1. I'll be doing more and more. Young Jesus has pretty great episode. Very short though. Fair. Arthur says 8.9 to 9 out of 10. Alex says we haven't found the narrative. That's very well said. Like we haven't really started the narrative. Actually, we've just got a cool action scene in the present, and then we flashed back to Boba's past. So it was cool. It was cool. It was just a little underwhelming, and that's not me going with, oh, I think we're going to see Cad Bane and Boba. I thought it would be cool to see Cad Bane or Mace, but, like, that's fine, they weren't in it. It just didn't really intrigue me enough yet. The first episode of The Mandalorian kind of set the stage way better, I think, because that was like, okay, I'm after this bounty, that's the plot, I'm going after this bounty, and then at the end it's like, oh my gosh, this threw a monkey wrench and everything. Here it's like, okay, we already knew Boba was going to get out of the situation because it was a flashback. It was all right. The whole flashback stuff wasn't really crazy, but Alex says this is a prologue for what's to come. That's very well said. I'm gonna view it as that. That's a good point, actually. It was solid though. I mean, it was fine. There was a lot of flashbacks, which is all right. But that's very well said, actually. Dark Knight says, good start to a seemingly interesting show. Fair. I'm going to be intrigued to check out next week and see if it steps it up a bit. Zilla says, I think it was a perfect setup episode. Fair. I hope so. Yeah, again, I can't just say right now. That's why I wish they dropped them all at once, because I could watch next week and tell you, oh, that was a great setup. Maybe I'm just impatient, but that's going to do it for the watch party for the Book of Boba Fett episode 1. Thank you guys for being here. If you're on the replay, I appreciate it. It's 3:30 a.m. I got to go record my spoiler review and get it up on YouTube so I can go to sleep. But solid, very short. I agree, Young Jesus, a short episode, but it was solid. Not crazy over the moon about it, but I did like it, I will say. I'll have my spoiler review up here on the YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that coming very soon. But thank you guys for being here, whether you're on the replay or in the live chat. More Boba Fett content coming right around the corner as we head into 2022. Crazy times, but Star Wars is back. Solid entry, I will say. I had my flaws with it that I will address in the spoiler review. But make sure to follow me on all my social medias. Those are going to be linked in the description down below. Hit that like button if you're in here. Let's get to 50 likes. I always try and do that on the watch party, so make sure to hit that like button. Appreciate you guys being here. I know it's really early or late, depending on where you are. And if you're on the replay, I do appreciate it so much. But that's going to do it for the watch party for the Book of Boba Fett. I'll see you guys next week for more Boba Fett coverage. And in that spoiler review, make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But thank you guys so much for being here, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. And I'll leave you with this. May the Force be with you.